air, earth, fire, metal, water, wood. Long ago, the 6 nations lived together in harmony. Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Kineticist, master of all 6 elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished.
Let's get geared up.
As a kineticist, you control the elements through an innate connection to the elemental planes. The flow of elemental energy coursing through your body is under your complete control. Most of the time. At level 1, you open your kinetic gate. You can select a single gate or a double gate. Like doors in Minecraft, you can open these gates to allow elemental energy to flow through them, even in situations when it wouldn't make sense. You can use fire underwater, water under fire, air underground, and ground while in the air. You choose from 6 elements: fire, water, earth, air, wood, and metal. When you pick your element, you also get 2 impulse feats. If you chose a double gate, each feat corresponds to each element you chose. If you chose a single gate, you also get an impulse junction, a small power-up for your commitment. After choosing what color of bionicle you are, you get your Kineticist aura. An emanation of your elements surrounds you, making you look really cool. Your Kineticist aura also gives you the Channel Elements action. You activate your aura, and you can use a blast or change stance, all as a single action. When your door is open and your aura is active, you can use a kinetic impulse, a magical action allowing you to manipulate your elements. You start your journey knowing 2 impulses, Elemental Blast and Basic Kinesis. Basic Kinesis grants you the power to create, move, or suppress an instance of your element in a 30-foot radius. Elemental Blasts allows you to blast people. As you level up, you learn more impulses, giving you more options in how you control your elements. At level 3, you learn how to extract elemental power from a creature and use it as your own. If you are facing a creature with a trait matching one of your elements, you can force them to make a fortitude saving throw, and unless they critically succeed, you ignore any resistance it may have, or, if they are immune, they become resistant. Now you can fight fire with fire, or wood with wood, I suppose. Also, your will saves increase to expert. Your mind is immovable as stone, or you get carried away with the wind too easily. At level 5, you reach a gate threshold. You can choose to open the gate further, or fork the path. If you expand the gate, you gain a new impulse feat for one of your elements, or a composite feat if you feel spicy, and a gate junction. Important to note that a gate junction is not the same as an impulse junction. But if you want, you can get an impulse junction instead of a gate junction. If you decide to fork the path, you get a feat of a new element as your gate reaches another elemental plane. You don't get any junctions, but you also have more versatility. You reach new junctions every 4 levels, so 9, 13, and 17. You can keep expanding into more planes or focus into a few. At level 7, you increase your proficiency in fortitude saves to master. Your body is used to the harshness of the elements. Get it? Also, your class DC increases to master. At level 9, your perception increases to expert, and you reach your 2nd gate threshold. Will you choose the 4th element, perhaps? At level 11, your reflex saves increase to master, and when you roll a success, it's a critical success instead. Your body flows with the elegance of a flame, a wave, a breeze, a rock rolling down the mountain. Also at level 11, you learn how to redirect the energy of your elements. During your daily preparations, you can replace an impulse feat with another one of the same element, but only if it has exactly 1 elemental trait. And on top of that, you increase your weapon proficiency to expert. You can't always use your elements after all. Sometimes you need to stab a guy. At level 13, your armor proficiency increases to expert, so you're not the one getting stabbed. You also gain weapon specialization for when you really need to stab a guy. Also, you reach your 3rd gate threshold. At level 15, you train your body to resist conditions beyond any mortal. Your fortitude saves increase to legendary. When you roll a critical failure on a fortitude save, you get a failure instead. When you fail a fortitude save against an effect that deals damage, you halve the damage. Your class DC also increases to Master, making your elemental energy much harder to resist. At level 17, your elemental powers become more adaptable. During your daily preparations, you can replace 2 feats instead of 1, and you reach the final gate threshold. Will you become the master of all 6 elements? Will you specialize over a few? Finally, at level 19, your armor proficiency increases to Master, your class DC increases to Legendary, and you open the final gate. You automatically use the first action on your turn to channel elements as a free action. Here are a few sample builds. Focus on Constitution to fuel your elemental power, and Dexterity to avoid getting hit.